What's good, people? I wanted to make a video for you guys on my way home today. And I never told the story of how I met my wife, so I felt like it would be good for the topic of this video, man. So we can take it back about almost 5 years ago now. And I was in a weird place in my life. I had took just a hiatus from uh, interacting with women because I had been so promiscuous. I had been just doing a lot of stuff I shouldn't been doing at the time of my life. And I took a hiatus. It's between 30 and 45 days from interacting with women, just focusing on myself, just trying to become a better man and stuff like that. But around that time, I was praying a lot, man. I was praying a lot, and I was being very specific. I was trying to become a certain type of man, a man that deserved a certain type of woman. But even in my prayers, when I was asking God for a certain type of woman, like I was being very descriptive, being very descriptive. So eventually, during that time, I was working at Amazon, man. I was working at Amazon. I was rising through the ranks, in those type of environments. It's easy for me to rise through the ranks because I don't really, I'm not a BSer, when I'm working, I don't like to half-ass a job ever with anything, for real. So, and I always had this rule, never mess with a coworker, but I used to work with the drivers a lot, as far as, give you a quick little rundown. So the drivers you see that deliver your packages, I used to kind of help them out, and if they had missing packages and stuff like that or problems to be solved, they would come to me, right? But and it was a bunch of different teams of drivers working under different companies. So I would work with, so it'd be the driver groups, I would see them for 10, 15, maybe 30 minutes at most a day. So I didn't really count them as coworkers. So when it came to them, I was a little bit more open. And my girlfriend at the time, she was working at the airport at first, and also being a waitress. But those were two industries during the pandemic. They got hit hard. They got hit very hard during the pandemic. So she ended up picking up a job as a driver for Amazon to make sure she was keeping money flowing. Well, I just remember the first time I seen her, I was working in a spot where I wasn't usually working at. And it was probably her second day on the job. So she didn't really know what she was doing. And she walked up to me and came to me for help. And that day, I knew that day that we were going to be something, but I didn't pursue her that day because I was still on my hiatus. And, I helped her out with the problem she had, whatever that was that day. And, I just let her move on, go on about her day. So probably was that next Monday, we happened to be working in the same place again. I was sitting up at the top of the ramp where the drivers would bring their stuff out from with this old head. And this old head, he was kind of a creep. He was one of those creepy guys that he would be trying to get with all the young women. But yeah, so we were just up there talking, and I seen her walk past again. And I just looked at him hold on, I gotta go handle something right quick. So I went up to her, just, started a casual conversation, and then I ended up asking for her number, and she looked like me, very surprised. She was very surprised I asked for her number. But she ended up giving it to me. Or I think she took mine, and then, the rest was history from there, right? But the reason I'm making this video to tell you that when a woman wants you, and she's gonna show you, man. As a man, I know women talk about all this supply pressure and all this stuff, but if a woman wants to be with you, she's gonna make it easy for you, and she's gonna want to fulfill your every fantasy too. That's gonna be another sign. That's the purpose of this video, for real. Cause boom. So we a few weeks into our relationship. We still working the same job, but I would get off before her because I was working in the building. So, you know, sometimes I'd meet up with her, help her with her route, stuff like that, which I wasn't supposed to be doing. Bezos gonna be mad at me if he ever see this story. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't supposed to be doing that, but, you know, I do that because, you know what I'm saying, I was seeing this as we becoming one. So, like, the quicker I helped her with that, the quicker she'd be able to help me with stuff I need help with. So, one day we sitting in there, and I just randomly tell her, I'm like, I told her, like, I either had a dream or I had a fantasy about us having sex in the van, for lack of better word choice. And it was like almost like an immediate thing where she pulled over, and that's exactly what we did. Like, as soon as I told her, like, this is what I wanted and this was like a fantasy I had, she wanted to fulfill it as like quick as possible. I'm not gonna lie. And that, along with other things, made me more certain. And when a woman wants you, guys, she's gonna want to make you feel as certain as possible. And don't get me wrong, certain doesn't mean you're correct about a woman. It doesn't mean that at all, but it puts you in a position where you will feel almost as if you're correct about her. Because we can never be 100% correct about a woman and what she's gonna do, because, like, they're women, we know their nature. But a woman that wants you, you're not gonna have to do too much. If anything, she's gonna be the one trying to seduce you and trying to make you feel as certain about her as possible, man. That was really the purpose of this video, for real, just to let you guys know, man, because a lot of guys, I see you doing this feminine stuff, chasing women, trying to pursue them and all that stuff, and it's like, get the woman that wants you. Like, yeah, you should be cold approaching women, trying to talk, get that experience points and stuff like that, but the one that's for you, it's not gonna be all these extra hoops and hurdles you gotta jump through. You ain't gonna have to give her the stars, moon, and the sun and all that stuff, man. You're not gonna have to do that. She's gonna present herself, make herself known to you, and then once you show that you're interested, she's gonna start doing things to make you feel certain about her, man. And if you find yourself in a position where a woman is not doing that, you feel like you gotta double text her and do all this extra stuff, just move on, man. Like I always say, women should be the easiest part of our life. We got to worry about other men trying to hurt us, the system and all this stuff attacking us, the matrix, whatever you want to call it. We fighting big battles. Like, we shouldn't be fighting battles when it comes to women. Women should be there to make our lives easier, man. So yeah, man, just some quick food for thought for you guys, man, on my way home. Hope you enjoyed this story. Hope you enjoy, like, you know, like how we ended up getting together and that little snippet of something that happened during our relationship and stuff like that. Because beyond just like the lustfulness of what happened, like I said, it made me feel a little bit more certain about her. And like I also said, certainty does not mean you're correct about a woman. We do have these chameleons out here that will do everything to make you think that she's something that she's not. They definitely are out here, so we have to keep vigilant is that. And also, the way they test us, we need to test them back, you know. That's why in my other video I said is, man, we need to be honest, because honesty, how a woman handles your honesty is a test. You know, how she follows you, your leadership is a test. These are all things we need to do. Like, we need to judge women off their actions, man, not about what they tell us. Judge women off their actions. That's all I got. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. As always, love y'all. I'm out. My family, one last thing. Make sure you get to the Telegram if you're not in the Telegram group. That's why I'm giving daily updates. Also, check out the Patreon, and also got a donation link if you want to support the channel. That's it, though. All right, y'all.